When Inanna had not returned after 3 days and 3 nights, Ninchabar set up lament for her. She went to the temple and she beat the drums. She tore her hair. She tore her eyes. She tore her thighs, and she dressed in sackcloth. And she went to the temple of Father Enlil and she cried out, Father Enlil, do not let your daughter, the holy priestess of heaven, be put to death in the underworld. Inanna craved the great above. She craved the great below. She who receives the power of the underworld does not return. Father Enlil would not help. So she went to the temple of Father Nana. Father Nana, please do not let your daughter, the holy priestess of heaven, be put to death in the underworld. Inanna craved the great above. She craved the great below. She who receives the power of the underworld does not return. Father Nana would not help. So she went to the temple of Father Enki. Father Enki, please, 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 please do not let your daughter, the holy priestess of heaven, be put to death in the underworld. Oh, what has my daughter done? What has Inanna done? She's had me so worried. And Father Enki took dirt from underneath one fingernail and he created a creature. And he gave that creature life-giving food, and he took some dirt from another fingernail and he gave that creature life-giving water. He spoke to them. Go now to the underworld and slip through the gate like flies until you get to the throne room. And there the queen of the underworld will be moaning. When she moans, oh, my insides, you moan also. Oh, our insides. And when she moans, oh, my outsides, you moan also. Oh, our outsides. The queen will be pleased, and she will offer you a gift. Ask only for the corpse that hangs on the wall. Now go, my friends. So the creatures went to the underworld, slipped through the cracks like flies until they got to the throne room of the queen of the underworld, and there Ereshkigal was moaning. Oh, my insides! Oh, our insides! Oh, my outsides! Oh, our outsides! Oh, my belly! Our belly! Who are you? Moaning, groaning, sighing with me? I will give you a gift. Yes, I will give you the grain gift, the fields in harvest. We do not wish it. Then I will give you the river gift, the water of its fullness. We do not wish it. Speak then. What do you wish? We wish only for the corpse that hangs on the wall. And they were given the body of Inanna, one sprinkled on the life-giving food, and the other the life-giving water. And Inanna arose. As she was about to ascend, the demons of the underworld surrounded her, saying, No one ascends from the underworld unscathed. If Inanna is to do so, she must provide a substitute. And thus Inanna left the underworld surrounded by demons. As she left, her faithful companion Ninchabar threw herself at Inanna's feet, dressed in sackcloth. The demons said, We will take her. No, you will never have her, for she is my constant support, and she has made lament for me. So they traveled on to Uma, and Inanna's son threw himself at her feet, dressed in sackcloth. We will take him. No, you will never have him, for he is my son, and he has made made lament for me. They traveled on to Babtabura. Her other son threw himself at her feet, dressed in sackcloth. We will take him. No, you shall never have him, for he is my son, and he has made lament for me. So they traveled on to the great apple tree on the plains of Kalaba. And there Dumuzi, Inanna's husband, was seated on his throne, dressed in splendid clothes, smiling happily. Inanna looked at him. It was a look of death. Take him! The demons surrounded Dumuzi and took him away. Soon, Inanna began weeping bitterly. Where is my man? Where is my precious husband? Where is my man? A little fly came close. What will you give me if I take you to your man? I will give you the gift of living like the wisest of men. So the fly took her to Musi, and now the fly lives in the taverns, in the cafes, among the sons of the wise. And there was Dumuzi, surrounded by demons, and his sister Justiana was wailing, weeping, inconsolably, begging the demons to take her instead. Inanna stepped forward, took her hand, and spoke the words that changed the seasons of the world. Dumuzi was to spend 6 months in the underworld, and his sister Justiana would take his place for the other 6 months. Sweet, holy Ereshkigal, sweet is your praise.